Picture this: The Rock punching an earthquake in the face. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another new episode of The Real Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the movie San Andreas, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Carla Gugino, and Alexandra Daddario. The plot to San Andreas is really simple. Essentially, The Rock is a helicopter search and rescue pilot, and he takes those skills and he uses them to save people, including his family. I am a huge apocalyptic disaster movie nerd. I would say it's probably a guilty pleasure of mine. Most of these movies aren't that great, but they are super fun to watch, and I love seeing destruction. I love seeing how people interact in a world that's blowing up around them or that's ended, and they're trying to survive, and they're trying to figure out how to use their resources. They're trying to figure out how to do just crazy things. This film isn't too much different than any other Roland Emmerich movie or any other disaster movie that we've seen in the past. There's a broken family that tries to reconnect throughout the duration of this movie. There's nothing quite like the end of the world to bring a family together. Seriously though, what is it with every movie that has the world ending or some apocalyptic event that requires a family that needs to be brought back together? Now, what do we go to see these movies for? The destruction, the mayhem, the visual feast. The destruction in this movie is fantastic. I had so much fun watching all the buildings fall, all of the people get thrown into the air and fall into the abyss. The CG in this movie was actually really, really good. The buildings looked realistic as they collapsed, the land masses as they split open, they looked really, really good. And that made for an overall entertaining movie. There was an opening shot, like one of the very first things that you see in this movie is a car falling over a cliff. This shot alone has got to be one of the worst CG shots in the whole film. It's like they just added it on at the very end. They're like, oh, we need to make this car flip. It just didn't look realistic. It looked really fake. Like I took my kid's Hot Wheel and I threw it down the stairs. That's kind of what it reminded me of. I was a little nervous at first. I was like, if this is the way that the CG is going to look, then I don't know about this movie. Thankfully, they fixed the CGI a little bit later on, and everything looked fantastic from that point forward, for the most part. Listen, you don't go to these movies for the plot, the characters. You go to this movie to experience something fun, to watch things be destroyed, and this movie excels greatly at that. Now, the acting, I would say, was okay. It was not anything more than you would expect in any other typical disaster movie. The person that is the best in this movie is The Rock by far. He just bleeds charisma. He is such an enthusiastic actor, and he is so good. He's getting so good, you guys. I don't know if you remember back in the Scorpion King days. Let's just not talk about that. He is the best thing this movie has going for it. The Rock is awesome, and he punches that earthquake in the face. Also, Paul Giamatti is in this. I really like Paul Giamatti. He is a really, really great actor. He was good in this movie. Obviously, he was just working with what he had, but I think he brings a level to realism to the part that he plays. Don't go into this movie expecting to have some really deep, insightful film to be presented to you, because that's not what it is. Grab a bucket of popcorn, a big drink, and you just want to kick back, relax, watch the mayhem, have some fun. This movie does a great job at that. It's on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best. I'm going to give it 3.5 because I had a lot of fun with it. It's a great movie just to kick back and watch the mayhem. It's definitely worth viewing at least one time. If you've seen San Andreas, comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and have a fantastic rest of the day. Pew!